Okay, so now that we have our Make Polymesh 3D, now we're going to talk about some of the menu options here. Okay, so those were basically the configuration that you're going to run into the most. So now let's actually talk about this interface. On the left-hand side of the monitor of your software here of ZBrush, you'll see that we have standard. So if I click on this, you'll see this is my brush palette. My brush palette is probably going to look a little different than yours because I have purchased some different brushes. I've made some different brushes. But this is the majority of the brushes, or this is all the brushes you have plus quite a few that I actually have. So yours will look a little bit different. If you have a specific brush that you want to get to, and you know the name of it, for instance, Damien Standard is a brush that I use a lot. While this menu is up, just type D, and that will hide everything except for brushes that start with the letter D. So you can see right here, Damien Standard. If I click that, now my Damien Standard tool is active. I'm going to click it again and just hit M. And so here are all the tools, brushes for the letter M, and I'm looking for the M tool here. And you can see these other little keys here. So it'll actually have the name, and then it'll have like an A, H, M. So this is a way to set up hotkeys. So I'll show you how this works. So if I click, I go to M, V, so that automatically selected that move tool for me. So again, M selects everything that starts with the letter M, and then these hotkey keys here, like you see O, P, G, B. So if I just hit any key on the keyboard with those those letters or numbers, it will automatically go ahead and select that brush for me. Okay, next thing down is our current stroke state. So right now it's dots. So if I click this, we have some different features here. We have drag, we have freehand, we have spray, and I'll talk about these a little bit later. I just want to kind of point through things in the menu really quick. We have our alpha. This is basically what our brush looks like. If you've used Photoshop or anything like that, you'll see that we have some different alphas, and this will basically control what our brush tip looks like. Textures, we're not going to use textures right now, so we won't worry about that. Then we have our material. By default, ZBrush starts up with this red ZBrush material. If we click, you'll see I have quite a few more materials than you have, and that's okay. This top section are I can't think of what they're called, matte caps. There we go. And these they basically have pre-rendered baked-in lighting. And then we have standard materials down here at the bottom where you can actually change your lighting on these inside ZBrush. So I'm just going to click on like a gray. Let's find a gray material. So basic material. I don't like that one. Let's try a different gray. Let's go. I don't know if you have this or not, but we'll go clay. It doesn't really matter, just any kind of material. You can pick through those. They're all kind of fun to play with. So we have that material is on our object, and then we can also move this color slider around and we can get a different color. We're going to talk about how to add color later. I normally like to sculpt with just a base gray so I can see my forms, and then I go back and add color later. But I just want you to be aware that this is basically your color palette, and or as a quick section of your color palette. That is the left-hand palette.